Welcome back to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. We just finished an interesting conversation with Eric Morris of Google Canada talking about retail trends. It was really quite interesting, and I think he's got a bunch of suggestions that are well worth listening to in regards looking for price matching, lowest cost, obviously, value, searching for those discount codes. So as a purchaser, as a consumer, I think he had some great suggestions. But as a company, as a business person, I think he had some really great suggestions as well. Thinking about providing that opportunity to price match, which he said people were looking for. I think that's important. If people can find the same product somewhere else at a lower price, do you want to lose that business, or do you want to be reasonable and offer it at the same price? And so therefore, I think that is potentially very powerful, that you'll match their price. I think this idea of people are less loyal today to the brand or the retailer, and so therefore you really want to treat your loyal customers well. Makes sense all the time, and I think that that's really key. And so therefore, once we get people, making sure that we keep them as customers, I think is critical and really important. I think that the idea that he said that we're looking for information, and that 90% of Canadians, he said, go online to look for information before they go to a store, suggests how critically important it is to have a website, to have some information, to be out there, such that people, when they're looking, can figure what you're all about. First of all, before such time as they end up thinking about going to your store. And I think that probably applies to almost every business. If people, for shopping, when there's a shop there at the local store, the local main street, local mall, are going to actually investigate you online, first of all, before they go, they're probably going to do that for almost every business, which makes a lot of sense. And so it really has become far more than the Yellow Pages. It's the first source of information, the first source of recommendations, the first source of knowledge, and I think that and experience, really, because with video and other things, you get that experience, and that I think is also interesting. And I had this. I was at this conference where they said that people make their decision on hotels within 2 to 5 seconds of seeing the picture. And people talk about these dating apps where people can swipe left or swipe right so quickly, I've heard these comments about fast fashion on Instagram, where people are making decisions on clothes incredibly quickly. What that says is good pictures on websites, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever it is that you're advertising your product, your business, yourself, obviously becomes really critically important. So a lot of interesting suggestions, and I think bottom line, what he said is that while retail sales online had gone up dramatically from that 4 or 5% range to that 14-15% range during the pandemic, but they're still at 14%. Says that online existence, that you're there, and that you keep it dynamic and interesting. And he was talking about even keeping it dynamic and interesting during one visit, such that different pictures came up. And you could evaluate which pictures, which deals, which opportunities, what information actually work the best. All really good suggestions for us. Anyway, fascinating conversation. Black Friday is upon us. We're all going to start shopping, I guess, a little bit more for the holidays. Hopefully not too much, given what we think is going to happen with interest rates, credit card interest rates, and the sizable amount of debt that we've all been carrying in our country and in our governments, headed to potentially recession. But Christmas is still the time for shopping. Thanks for joining us. That's my show for tonight. I remind you, I'm on every Monday to Friday at 6 o'clock on 960 AM. You can stream me online at www.saga960am.ca. You can find me on Google, and you can find me on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Good night.